Good morning, everybody. I'm Aaron Heiser of Maker's Leather Supply, and today's 2-minute tool tip, we're going to talk about something that may seem quite obvious to many, but you'd be surprised how many people ask me these questions. And what it is we're going to talk about transferring a tooling image onto leather. Okay? All I need today is a stylus, a little bit of water, some leather, and my image. So let's get started with it. Okay, so every year I make my son a new backpack for school. He is 10 now, going into the 5th grade, and this year he wanted this character right here on it. Apparently it's from some video game. His name is Sans, S-A-N-S. Once I learned that there was no D in Sans, it was a lot easier to Google image him. Alright, so there are expensive tracing films and things like that, and they're good products. I'm not going to tell you they're not. But when I go to trace an image like this onto leather, I literally take this printed piece of paper and I take my stylus and I trace it onto the leather. Okay? So we're going to get this ready to trace. Now, there are some things you can do. If I wanted to, say, reuse this image, I would put packing tape on the back, maybe even the front too, and that would keep it protected from touching the leather. Okay, but I'm not, this is the one and only time I plan on tooling this silly image for my boy's backpack here. Okay, so all I'm going to do here is put the paper on the pre-dampened leather. Okay, and I'm going to use my stylus. And the biggest thing to remember is when you're doing this is when you're pulling it, you're good. You're going to be tracing that image onto the leather and transferring it straight there. But if you go to push this stylus in any way, it's just going to rip through the paper and screw everything up. So that's the biggest thing to it. Okay, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do actually here is I'm just going to write an A and an H up here at the top because I don't want to move the paper if I start to trace this image and then later I have to try to reposition that paper in the exact same spot. If for whatever reason you do have to walk away from it or whatever, I usually will put something on the paper to make sure it doesn't move while I'm away from it. Okay, because if that blows off, again, you've got to try to reposition it exactly where it was before. So that being said, there's my A and my H right there. Now I can easily cut those with my swivel knife and continue on with my leather work. Okay, again, there are tracing films that you can buy. One of the things I don't like about tracing film is you first have to trace the image to the film and then you have to trace the image from the film to the leather, and I feel like that's twice now that has lost its original form. Nobody traces perfectly, so twice you've maybe moved this line a little bit too much or whatever. There's also vellum paper that you can use in a printer. That stuff's good too, but it can take a certain kind of printer, and it can also take a, it's costly. It's not the cheapest paper. Anyway, so this is how I do it. There's a million ways to skin every cat, but this is my way. Alright, so again, I'm Aaron Heiser of Maker's Leather Supply, and this has been a 2-minute tool tip on transferring your image onto the leather for tooling. One more quick thing. People all the time are asking, well, I have a hard time finding images to do tooling and stuff. Here's a really quick, easy method to find anything you want. Let's say you want a banana. Go to Google, type banana, hit the images button. Type banana coloring page. Hit the images button, you will find 10 billion drawings of bananas. That being said, please make sure that whatever you're using is not trademarked or anything like that, because you can always get in trouble that way. Alright, so again, Aaron Heiser, Maker's Leather Supply, 2-minute tool tip, right at 4 minutes long. Have a good day.